Hello, it's Victoria from Coastal Themes. We're doing a bit of a different video today, and it's more of like an exploratory video. So we're going to be looking at A/B testing on Framer. My background is CRO, UX design, and obviously we do these epic Framer tutorials, and the fact that Framer has built-in A/B testing is really cool. So today you have view of my whole screen, which is fab. You can see all my secrets. And I'm going to be working on a site which has okay traffic. It's not the highest traffic in the world, but because we want to show you A/B testing, we need a site where we can get a bit of feedback. So we're going to enable A/B testing on this website I have, and we're going to see how it works. It's going to be something we kind of work through together, and I'm going to show you how to set up A/B testing, how it works on Framer, how to make variants, and how to put them live and start learning from these tests. A/B testing on Framer is a whole separate thing you have to pay for. I believe, at least in the UK, it is £38 a month, and it's about 500,000 events which you can have take place on your site. So we're going to purchase that. Right, so I'm in the project now. So all you have to do is open your project, make sure you are on the Pages panel, and we're going to be testing on the homepage. So make sure you have your preferred page selected. Homepage is obviously our highest traffic page. So all you have to do is right click on the home page and click new A/B test, and then it will prompt you to view plans. So we're going to go to view plans, and then we're going to switch to Pro. So all you have to do is switch to Pro. It's up to you whether you want to enable annual pricing or just regular pricing. And it's also a great note here that if you are looking to join Framer, looking to upgrade to Framer, you can use the link in our description, and that will get you a nice chunk of cash off your first year of Framer. So make sure you use that to get a nice discount, and you're also helping us out. So I'm going to switch to Pro, and you can see here that it's going to enable my Convert add-on. So this allows me to optimize my site with A/B tests, funnels, triggers, and more for £45 per month. So this might be different in your region, but this is what I am being charged. Obviously, if I switch to yearly billing, it would be a lot cheaper. And we are going to get right in. So I'm paying this once-off fee, and we will go from there. Okay, so now I have updated to Pro. We can go back to plans, and actually we'll go back to the website. So now when I right-click and I click New A/B Test, we can see it immediately gives home a control and a variant. This is just epic, because if you're using other tools like VWO or Convert, whatever it is, you have to code in your tests, and Framer, obviously being a no-code tool, means we can change the text, change anything in our variant that we want to change. So okay, so we're going to head back to the variant that we are changing, and what we're going to do is change what we need to change. So I'm going to focus on the hero section. So here we have, this is kind of like a sticky button to post a job and start without fees. This is a marketplace product, and the landing page is focused on acquiring businesses to post jobs on our jobs board. So I'm going to change the copy. I'm also going to change the background image, and the whole test is going to be focused around the hero section and how that looks, and the content we're changing here. So I'm going to change this content up. I'll come back when it's done, and then we'll configure the test, and I'll show you how you can start tracking, kind of building out your funnels that you want to track, and what a conversion is considered, and how you can change this to be what you need it to be. So I have customized this hero section. I've got my control, which is find high quality hospitality and tourism job seekers in minutes. And then my variant, which is more of a we're the leading safari and hospitality jobs board. I've changed the button copy, sign up and find a job, instead of post a job for free and browse jobs. So, and the background image has changed. It's not huge changes. I'm just showing you this as a point of kind of illustration of how to set up your test. So obviously, and my recommendations are, when you are setting up an A/B test, don't change too many things, because it is harder to learn from what is and isn't working. So I changed the hero section. I'm using copy, imagery, and then button text. And we won't ever actually, because we're running it's technically quite broad, because we are changing a few factors and variables here, we won't be able to know if it's the copy that drives the click, if it's the image that's driving the click, or if it's the button copy and color change of the button that's driving the click. So there are a few factors in play. And I'd say this is okay just because it's a hero section. We know it's this section. Any increase in conversions would be a result of this section changing, but it also does come down to chance. So it is important that when you are setting up A/B tests, and we'll go into this, and we'll do another video with the results of this test, probably in a couple of weeks' time, that you're not ending the test or drawing conclusions when the test is like prematurely done. There's a lot of statistics which go into A/B testing. Obviously, the way Framer set it up is very accessible. We're not going heavy into statistics, we're not going heavy into like probability and so on. If there's a big swing in change and performance with your control and your variant, then it is safe to end the test and draw a conclusion. But if it is such a minor difference, then you probably need to test something a bit more hard hitting. So a whole new hero section design, for example, or changing the stats in the first section under the hero. And because the likeliness of like a homepage having quite a shallow scroll depth, so the chance of people getting all the way to the bottom of the page is very low, and this is just common unless you have a very engaging website. If you're changing something in the bottom section of your page, likely it won't have a huge impact. So consider that, consider what you're testing. Because we are kind of using a number of events and we are limited on the plan that we have on Framer, you want to be really considerate with what you're prioritizing and what you're testing. And if testing is something you're interested in, there's loads more resources you can learn from when it comes to this. This is the variant, and now I'm going to show you how to set up your tracking. So I'm going to add tracking to the buttons. Let me move this out of the way. So on this button, because it's a component, normally if it was just a standalone button, of which I have none, you will have the link panel, and that will be kind of in the top right here. But because it's a component, I have to click into it, and under link, I will hit tracking, and I can add a tracking ID. I'm going to create a variable, call it tracking ID, go back to this button, and that will now be a variable, tracking ID. And it's giving me a suggestion, sign up wildhire. And then I also want to make one that's find a job wildhire. Find job. So it's giving me some recommendations. That is fab. So now I've got these tracking IDs enabled, and I do want to check if these, right. Let's see if we configure this. So now we have this interface. This is where it'll prompt you to configure. You can see here, configure. And we've got this A/B test. And it says add a conversion step. And a conversion step is basically what step is the user taking, what is going to be the conversion that we are tracking performance on. So in actual fact, I just want to confirm, because I've actually given these two separate tracking IDs, I want to confirm if they should probably likely be the same across two variants. Right, that was a bit of a silly question. So let's just confirm these are the same. So this is sign up wildhire. I'm going to make the control sign up wildhire. Browse jobs will keep the same, and then on variant we will change this to browse jobs. Okay, so now when we configure this, we've got our steps. So a user will view home, and then we're going to immediately track click. So now it says edit the step, name, sign up, click, tracking, and then we have this. So I'm going to just track sign up for now. We could also track browse jobs, which also doesn't actually, people can browse jobs without signing up. So let's actually leave sign up. So, but if you had multiple buttons tracking signups, you could essentially link all of them, and I probably should, but for the sake of this, we're just going to do one. So now we have this, the A/B test is ready to go live technically. Then we're going to just go through these other filters. So we have options. So distribution is basically, so an A/B test is users come onto your site. Typically the traffic is split in two randomly, 50-50%. And half the traffic will see one variant, the other half will see the other variant. And sometimes you want to change the weighting of this. So a variant will get more traffic or less traffic. And this is really helpful if you have lower traffic to your site and you want to get results a little bit faster, but bearing in mind it is not an equal test. We're just going to do 50-50% just for the sake of this. This is pretty standard. You can also add filters. So we can filter who's going to see this based on their device, based on their operating system, their browser, their country, or UTM. So if you are driving traffic to the site from Facebook or Google, then you could select a specific campaign, a source, and so on, and that will be your UTM tracking. So all we have now is steps. So they view the homepage, they click the sign up button. So now that I have set up the tracking, I've set up the control and the variant, just make sure it looks good across your breakpoints and you're happy with how everything works. That's a design question, not really an A/B testing question. We can start the test. So I'm going to hit start test. I'm going to publish. And then I can view the results. And now I can come to this dashboard and I can see that this test is tracking. There's obviously no information in here yet, but we're going to come back in a few weeks' time and we're going to review this and see how it's doing. Likely I will drive a bit of traffic to this site to see what people are preferring. We'll come back, we'll look at the results, we'll see how we can kind of distill what results we have and if it means we should be changing anything on the site. So I hope that was helpful. The A/B testing feature on Framer is really, really cool. I'm so glad they have it. This is just a light version of what you can do, but you can kind of get very in depth. So if you're doing anything really cool on Framer A/B testing, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, I would love to help you answer them. And that is it from me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.